Okay, so this is a problem of symmetrical section, because the section here is symmetrical about the axis of the beam. Now we have a cast iron hollow pipe, including that pipe water is flowing. Internal dia is 500 mm, outer dia is 540 mm, through which water is being flown. Now the weight density of cast iron is 72,000 Newton per meter cube given. Water have weight density 10,000 Newton per meter cube is given. So what we have to find out is the maximum stress in that metal. Now, as looking at this figure, we can understand that the stress will be occurring here due to the weight of the water which is flowing through the pipe and for the body of the pipe, because it is made of cast iron which is very heavy. Now, these weights is uniformly distributed throughout the beam. Just look carefully. If you freeze the time and think, imagine inside your head, then you will find in every section the load is symmetrical and the total load is uniformly distributed, as this cast iron pipe section, the density is uniformly distributed, so homogeneous metal, and the water is also filled up the total area. So per 1 meter, the load applied is similar for this 10-meter length. For this throughout 10-meter length, per meter, the weight distribution is equal. So now, then we can find it out also. So we will find out for 1 meter length or for 1 meter run, what is the weight of the pipe. Let us check. So we will find out weight of the pipe for 1 meter run. That is, what is it? Weight, say weight density into volume, as weight density given Newton per meter cube. So per volume 72,000 Newton. So we will write it 72,000 Newton into volume of 1 meter. Volume of 1 meter means its cross section is 0.0327, we have just found out, into length 1 meter. So cross section into length will give us the volume, and this is the weight density. Upon multiplying, we get 2354 Newton. So for each meter length, the weight is 2354 Newton. And for water, weight of water for 1 meter run is how much? Similarly, weight density into volume. Weight density is given 10,000 into area of water section 0.196 into 1 meter. So we can have 1960 Newton. Okay. So for 1 meter length, the pipe carrying weight of cast iron 2354 Newton, and weight of water is 1960 Newton. So we can write total weight carried by 1 meter pipe is summation of these two, 2354 plus 1960 4314 Newton. Okay, this is the weight per unit length or per 1 meter. Hence, we can say that the, this pipe is working as a simply supported beam, as we have um, seen from the condition. This is the pipe is simply supported at both ends of 10-meter length, and this this simply supported beam is carrying a load of 4314 Newton per unit length or per meter. So basically this problem is a uniformly distributed load problem of a simply supported beam. Now we can find out that the maximum bending moment due to this uniformly distributed load, having formula W into L square by 8, where W is the uniformly distributed load per meter length. So we can write, when this, just remember, when this situation occurs, the bending moment diagram is like this, and at the middle the bending moment is maximum. Actually, I have drawn the side in opposite direction. Okay. So in case of, no, I think the diagram is correct. So yeah, bending moment. Bending moment diagram is okay. So now, in this case, for simply supported beam carrying uniformly distributed load, the maximum bending moment, maximum bending moment for a simply supported beam carrying W Newton per meter uniformly distributed load will be equal to, if you remember the formula, it is W rate of loading into L square by 8, or you can just find out in the diagram. Looking at the diagram, you can understand that load, the maximum load will be at the middle. So at the middle, what will be the load? The total load will be WL by 2, the reaction here. W into L by 2, that will be the reaction here. So it is a counterclockwise. So W into L by 2 into L by 2 minus W L by 2 into L by 4. So W L square by 8. Similarly, you can do it yourself. Now, as we have found out, this is it. So we can just find out the bending moment by putting the value over here. This loading rate is 4314. We have just found out L is 10 meter. Put it, and maximum bending moment you will get is 53925 Newton meter, or we can convert it into Newton millimeter by multiplying 10 to the power 3. So it becomes Newton millimeter. Why we have changed it into millimeter? Because our dimensions, and we have found out the moment of inertia in terms of millimeter to the power 4. So now we know that m by I, bending equation, m by I is equal to sigma by y. We have proved it. So we know. Now from here we can find out that sigma will be equal to m by I into y. Now the stress when will be maximum? The stress will be maximum when y is maximum, because m is known, I have a fixed value. So sigma totally depends on y. Now when y is maximum, sigma is maximum. So when y is maximum, just look at this image here. Y will be maximum at this point, at the topmost layer or at the bottommost layer. So when y equal to d outer by 2, then only sigma will be maximum. So we can write sigma or stress will be maximum when y equal to d outer by 2. So this is our condition. Now putting this d outer value will be equal to 540 mm by 2, it will be 270 mm. So y max is 270 millimeter. Okay. Now, so we can write maximum stress can be found by using this formula, where we put m value 53925 into 10 cube divided by I. We have found out earlier. Sorry, not this one. Spare me a moment. I have to phone call to attend. I have a phone call to attend. শাগনিক, আমার ক্লাস চলছে, তোমার সাথে পরে কথা বলবো। Okay, so we have found out our I value over here, 1.105 into 10 to the power 9 millimeter to the power 4. So we put this value in this point, 1.105 into 10 to the power 9 into, we put the value of y max, which is 270, by putting it here. By putting these values, we will get 13.18 Newton per millimeter square. So this will be the maximum bending stress, which will be at the middle. So is the problem clear to you? Do you have any questions? Even if it is clear, you can write in the chat box, give me your feedback. Otherwise, we will forward to next type of problems. The only formula we are using is this bending equation. This bending equation, if you remember for this subject, and just remember how to find out this moment of inertia and shear force and bending moment, then you will be able to solve any problem of this chapter. So what you require here is to find out the bending moment, which you have already learned in previous chapter, and moment of inertia. Then you can solve any problem on this chapter. Only three formulas are there. One is bending equation, second the bending moment formula, how to find a bending moment, and third there is moment of inertia formula. If you can remember only these three things, you will be able to solve problems. So now the previous problem and this problem both have similar cross sections, symmetrical cross sections. Now we will solve a problem another on unsymmetrical cross section. So let us have a problem. We can write bending stress in unsymmetrical section. Generally, T section, L section, this type of sections are unsymmetrical, as I section is symmetrical. Now we can discuss it with a problem. This type of problems are little longer but very easy. We have a cast iron bracket subjected to bending and has the cross section of I form with unequal flanges. So if you draw a I section, now these portions are called flange, that is top flange, that is bottom flange, and this section is called web or a rib. Okay, now the section is well dimensioned. This is 50, this is 200, this is again 50, this much is 130, this much is again 50, and this is 200. Okay, now this I section is basically a bracket. Bracket means it is came out of a wall forming a cantilever type of
Sir,
shape.
diagram is not visible, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is called bracket. BRCK. This is called a bracket, which is basically cantilever type of thing. came out of the wall, and the cross section is I section, unsymmetrical. The top flange having width 200 mm and the bottom flange having width 130 mm. So if you look at the section, it is symmetrical about x-axis. I mean, not symmetrical about x-axis, symmetrical about y-axis. So if you just draw these two axes between them, the horizontal one x and the vertical one is y, this section is actually symmetrical about y-axis. So the you have to find the centroid so that you can locate the neutral axis. Now you can understand that the neutral axis will be at the mid plane vertically. Vertically will not be in the midsection, but horizontally in the midsection. Now, so the section is symmetrical about y-axis. That means x bar, or the coordinate of the centroid of the surface of the cross section is not to be found out, but it is not symmetrical about x-axis. Top portion is different, bottom portion is different, so we have to find y bar. In such cases, you have to locate the neutral axis only in y direction. Now let us solve the problem and we will clear more better way. So I hope you have understood the diagram. A cast iron bracket subjected to bending has the cross section of I form with unequal flanges. The dimension of the section are shown in the figure. Find the position of the neutral axis and moment of inertia of the section about the neutral axis. That is the first problem, to find neutral axis and moment of inertia of the section about the neutral axis. If the maximum bending moment on the section is 40 meganewton mm, the maximum bending moment on the section is 40 meganewton mm. Determine the maximum bending stress. What is the nature of the stress? Okay, so first job is to find out the neutral layer. Neutral layer is at CG of the section. So first job is to find out the CG of the section. Now, when the CG is not known, we know that to find out CG, the formula is y bar is equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3, where this a1 is the area of section 1. So you can just divide this section into 3 different sections. I am dividing them with help of these dotted lines, and we name this area as 1, this area as 2, and this area as 3. Okay, the bottom one is area 1, the middle wave is area 2, and the third, the top flange is area 3. So A1 is the area of section 1, A2 area of section 2 or the wave section, A3 is the area of the top flange. Now this Y1, Y2, Y3 are the distance of the CG of A1, A2, A3 from the bottom face or from any of the fixed position. Let us understand that we will we will fix the reference at the bottom line, at the bottom plane or the bottom face. So from this point, this y bar will be the distance of the CG of the whole section. So, so then if we want to find out the y bar, how to find out? Y bar is the distance of CG from this bottom flange. So this y1, y2, y3 all should be calculated from this bottom surface. Okay, so y bar is the distance of CG from this bottom face. Now A1 is the area of this area 1, which will be 130 into 50, 130 into 50 into y1. Y1 means the CG of area 1 from this bottom surface. So if this is 50, its CG will be at the middle at 25. So it will be 50 by 2 or 25 simply. Y1 will be 25 plus area of 2 will be how much? This length 200 and width 50. So 200 into 50 is the area and its middle, it's here. So the CG of the section 2 will be at a distance from bottom face is 50 plus 100 is basically 150 plus A3 is again 200 into 50 into Y3 is the CG of this section 3 over here. So from here it will be 25, 25 plus 200, 225, 225 plus 50, 275 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. So it will be 130 into 50 plus 200 into 50 plus 200 into 50. Now these underlined digits are basically y1, y2, y3. Now solving this, we will get 166.51 mm. So y bar is found 166.51 mm. So now if we draw the neutral axis separately, the image will be look like the neutral axis will be from here, which will be at a distance of 166.51 from bottom face. This is neutral axis. This is 166.51 millimeter. Now we know that maximum stress occurs at the maximum y. So in this case, as because this is unsymmetrical section, so 1 y or say y1 is at a distance of 166.51, which is at the bottom layer, and this distance will be how much? The total distance is so if we can write y1 equal to 166.51 millimeter, then y2 will be 50 plus 200 plus 50, which will be distance from here to here, minus 166.51, and that will give us 133.49. 133.49 millimeter. So this will be 133.49 millimeter. So to find out maximum stress, we have to take the Y max. So Y max is equal to 166.51 millimeter. Okay, so this is clear to us. Now the question was to find out the neutral axis. We have found out the neutral axis, which is at a distance of 166.51 millimeter from the bottom face. Now we proceed to the second part of the problem, where it is asked determine the maximum bending stress if the bending moment on the section, maximum bending moment on the section is 40 meganewton mm. So it is given M max is 40 meganewton mm. So 40 into 10 to the power 6 Newton mm. Now M max is given and we have to find relevant stress or sigma max for this M max. So we know the formula M is equal to M max equal to sigma into Y max. Let us find out. So sorry, I have said the formula in a probably that was wrong. M equal to sigma into Z, section modulus. So to find out Z, we need to find out I. Now, as because this section is a combination of three different type of sections, three rectangles. So our moment of inertia to be found out is the summation of three different sections, where the moment of inertia I, the total moment of inertia of these three sections I about neutral axis will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, where I1 is the moment of inertia of section 1 about neutral axis. I1 is equal to moment of inertia of section 1 about neutral axis. Okay, so let us first find out the I1. I1 is equal to moment of inertia about moment of inertia of section 1 about own centroidal axis. We will use the moment of inertia of parallel axis law. So moment of inertia of section 1 about own centroidal axis, plus we have to shift that moment of inertia to the moment of inertia of the whole section, plus area of section 1 into distance of CG of section 1 from CG of whole section square. I dash equal to I plus AD square. That was the formula for the parallel axis. Parallel axis theorem of moment of inertia chapter. So I think you can remember it. So, or from, you can say CG of whole section, or from neutral axis of the section. Basically, these two are same thing. CG of whole section, through which the neutral axis of the section is being passed. Okay, so you just put the values for section 1. This is section 1. BD cube by 12 about centroidal axis, which is at here. So BD cube by 12, B is 130, D is 50, BD cube by 12. This is the moment of inertia about the CG of the section 1. So from here to here, the distance is 166.51 minus 25 square. And we can say this will be 113,185,186.6 millimeter 4. Now just look at these figures and tell me whether you can understand or not, and we will continue on the next class from here. Even if you don't understand, tell me on the beginning of the next class